Alrighty, it is 2:45 in the east. A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. May Day, your 2019 TGC Tours Major Championship Design Challenge Tournament Manager here, and we're here with a couple more playthroughs of our contest. Today we're playing Cypress Dune by BS Petty 24. That's Brian Petty. And following this stream, we will hop on to the Patriots by B Smooth 13. That's Justin Smedley. A lot of great courses already in. We're coming up to just over a week left in our publishing window. We've got 13 contestants in and a couple of alternates. A couple more published today, as a matter of fact. You can check out the list at the link we just put in the chat box. And also, if you've missed any of our previous playthroughs, or if you want to schedule a future playthroughs, I will post that link into the chat. We're going to update a little bit later on today our Wednesday time slots for next week. But again, we're probably going to look at going 6:30 and 10:30 on Wednesday, the schedule around the Diamond Cutters. But here is the schedule for you in the chat box. Again, we've got the format set up with the chat box on the right on your screen. That's in case if any of these designers want to catch this on demand, because I will be putting all of these playthroughs on YouTube and then posting the links into not only the Major Championship Design Central, but also in each contestant's completed course thread, and that way they can go back and follow the chats as we play along. Again, these streams meant to be casual playthroughs. I may do some minor critiquing as I play. Again, I'm playing all of these pretty much sight unseen. You know, I've flown around, taken a couple of pictures for the splash screens that we've created for the contest, but otherwise flying into these things blind. We have them all set up in our society for round one conditions, and as always, very happy to get offline and chat with any of the designers of anything I see while on air. But as always, folks, make your mama proud. So Cypress Dunes by Brian Petty. This is one I'm very interested to play. It's generated a ton of buzz already on the forums, especially because it looks Northern California. So you're thinking, okay, desert theme, maybe tropical. No, this is steppe. And he's done some unique things with steppe to try to get this middle to Northern California coast look. So very interested to see how this plays out. So we'll hop on, and guys in the chat, you guys see anything throughout the round, good, bad, and different, feel free to chime in as well. Fast and firm, medium winds out of the northeast to begin. Let's get it on. I may just take a little tool around here to kind of get a feel for things. I suppose we should throw this up in the shout box too, that we're live. Get some guys over at TGC Tours coming over and joining us. So I'll just let the first hole fly over. Play through while I do that. So what do we got here? Long par 4 to open and into the wind. So I wouldn't exactly call it a firm handshake to start. Maybe more of a a quick snap into the round. But yeah, he's done a lot of work with the dunes here. Kind of mimic that ice plant kind of look. And again, we already saw this from the playthrough, or from the screenshots. But dead tree, incorporated a couple of those small live trees in there to get that cypress look, and he's done that through throughout the course. That's, some guys have already mentioned it. He's essentially created a new theme out of what he's gotten, and that's a very creative way to play it. So let's see here. Kind of an open green. Feels like it feeds in a bit from the left. Almost feels like going to this right side would open up the better angle. At least for this specific pin. Or the left side, I should say. So let's see what comes of it. Let's see if my play is anything like it was during the Dam Society rounds earlier on this morning. I was actually stroking the ball pretty well. I was happy with the way I was playing. All right, 241 in, wind in my face. My gut tells me this is slightly too much club, but I've got the feeling I would rather be in this little chipping area right here. I'd rather do that than come up short and try to putt down this spine. Ooh, and then I slowed it. That's not where I wanted to miss. That's going to go well right of target. And long. That has not left myself the easiest of recoveries here. Got the nice big chipping surrounds here. Really bringing some options with the short game. Alrighty. Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, just given the length of this, I mean, it's almost kind of a half par to start. So, I mean, walking off the first green with 4, I don't think you feel too shook up about that, walking off of here with a par. Ah, they are scoring well on this course, though. At least the AI is. But I think this course might already be handicapped, if I'm not mistaken. Wouldn't be a petty course without some big rocks, and you certainly got those in the background, kind of the cliff view. Really like how the dune frames this hole. Really like the framing here. Kind of a Redan-esque. Yes, take a drink if you're playing the game. I said Redan. But kind of that idea where you want to probably land it short and left of your target and let it funnel down regardless of what pin you're playing. So I imagine he's going to have a pin here, probably a pin here, and a pin back in this little shelve right here. The question is, how far do I want to play it off this kickboard right here, because you've also got a runoff down here. So I don't think I want to get too greedy. But I think I do want to use that spine in the middle of the green to help work it down toward the hole. Just hold it with a baby cut, and I think that's going to work out all right. Not all the way back there, but feels like a pretty safe play to that pin. Can you guys in chat kind of help make this show go round? You see anything? Want to stop in, say hey? Point anything out you like, don't like, etc. Feel free to chime in, and we'll definitely carry the dialogue along. Well, we'll take a par on this hole. Haven't found anything over the top difficult so far, for sure, but definitely calling for some precision. Hey, Dan's in the house. He said shot 77 first go round here, playing on autopilot. Yeah, this is definitely a course that requires some attention, for sure. Probably more a personal aesthetic here. I'm not sure what I think about that rock there. I mean, I think for me, I would almost bump this area up a little bit and kind of carry the dune up in here. And this area almost feels a little flat, just given the macro sculpting. How you've got that big slope from top right to bottom left, or excuse me, top left to bottom right. I almost think I might have wanted to see this pumped up a little bit, and the rocks definitely grab your attention, but see, to me, I think this is another hole where, I mean, I'd rather have the dunes be the star of the landscape, and that the rock almost, to me, kind of takes away from it a little bit. Again, that's just more personal preference, and kind of what I see out of my eye. Certainly nothing he did wrong, but just what I see. So this was 577, so wind helping a bit, so a good drive might give us a chance to have a go at this. It's not an easy target to get to, though. Yep. So just a little helping breeze, but you're falling off both ways, so if you're going for this shot, it's not easy, but it's not an easy layup either. I mean, I look at my other option here. I've got a very narrow sliver of fairway if I'm trying to lay up. So to me, it's almost just might as well give this a go. I don't know if that will quite get there, but that's about as good as you could do, because just slightly left or slightly right. I mean, yeah, you can just, well, I mean, look at the green grids and how that falls off both ways. But we'll get on the board. Thanks, Brian. And actually, you know, I mentioned that rock off the tee. I like the rock looking better. I like that better at the green than I do looking at it off the tee. Number 2 handicap hole here, toughest hole on the front. Certainly some options where you can play this drive. This is coming back into the same corridor that we had the first green. So let's see what our options are here. I think position A is to try to drive this right up the middle, and I think overall, I mean, that's going to be the best play here. At least in this win, these 2 cross bunkers are out of play. I don't have to worry about that, so I just got to worry about getting it right between these 2 bunkers, and it should be pretty good. All right, 162 with a headwind. So up 6 of 64. Probably playing about 67 would be my guess. And so I've got about effectively 62 to carry. So just a little de-loft ought to do me. Get up. Nope. Okay. A pretty routine par there. Be interested to see how that plays on the different pin sets, because that felt like a fairly straightforward hole to me, so somewhat surprised it's playing as the most difficult on the front. That's just an awesome view right there. It really is. Absolutely spectacular. You can't frame a hole much better than that. That's something I've seen already. I mean, these holes have been framed very well so far. The way he's done the bunkers and the dunes and the planting, I mean, it feels very cohesive. Just gonna think aloud here as I'm trying to get my camera back toward the tee box here. Almost wonder if we could have gotten away with another tree here. Is this almost, I mean, that right side almost feels a touch vacant to me. Like it could have used another tree out there, but I don't know if that would have come at compromise of the view we had off the tee, so I can't say I'm fully committed to that recommendation. I mean, otherwise, I mean, the view into the green is just awesome. Yeah, that's a fair call, Brian, and that's why I said I wasn't quite sure. I mean, that's kind of... Ooh, sit down. I gotcha. And the fast did me in on that one. Oh, wow, and that didn't carry. Did I start that high enough? Yes. Well, that's a U.S. Open par there. Holy rockage, Batman. And okay, so I get it now. Those rocks right there on the right, I think, explain why we've got all this red mulch here mixed in with the sand. Because that rock look complements that mulch very well. And actually, hold on here. Is this actually... No, this is bare ground, isn't it? Yeah, this isn't planted rock. This is bare ground with, my guess, some buried trees. That more kind of red granite-y look. Plenty of options here in this, Yep. This bunker certainly dictates the strategy. I think, ideally, I mean, the best angle would be right in here. Which means you have to take that fairway bunker on. I mean... Now, if I were to be slightly nitpicky, and I know because, I mean, the scout cam, this negates it a little bit. I mean, if I were to be a little nitpicky, I'd like to see that bunker from the tee. Because, I mean, to me, this little pop bunker right here defines the strategy of the hole. And again, I know because, I mean, we've got scout cam. I mean, I can see it and I kind of go from there. But, you know, that's just one of those things in my eye. I mean, I like to see those sort of challenges from the tee. This one's kind of blocked from view. No, we'll be okay. We're good. Ish. Yep. Brian, I said earlier, he's not really maybe a fan of the routing, but I'm not sure. So that's 6. I'm assuming this is... That's coming back at 5. So I'm guessing 7's right here. Yeah, that would be 7. So I'm not quite sure, I mean, how you would have routed that much differently. I mean, maybe you could have done something up by this hospitality area, and that's completely spitballing. I mean, I really don't mind the look of the second shot myself, but... I gotcha. Wind should help me out just a little bit here. I just need to carry that slope. Yes. Oh, stay up. You dirty dog. Yeah, possibly. I mean, overall, I mean, I like said, I mean, I like the idea of the hazard there. I mean, because I mean, it kind of dictates, what line you want to play. Like I said, just with that blind tee shot, kind of took away from it a little bit. And I mean, as you're seeing, there's multiple different ways to go about how to, multiple different ways you could attack trying to address that problem. All right, guys, get ready to drink again. We got another Redan. That is... Again, just the frame. I'm just going to shut up and let you watch this for a second. I mean, egads. I'll bring it up a little closer, but... just how that's... you get the natural area that kind of evolves into a greenside bunker. I mean, yeah, that's... There is absolutely nothing I can nitpick about the visuals on this hole. Absolutely well done. And I am absolutely between clubs. All right. Too much. Wanted a fast, got a very fast. And now we're in trouble. We are in some serious trouble. Plugged lie, and it's deep enough where this is not guaranteed to get out if I don't strike this well. It'd be a lot better if I didn't plug myself here, though, Brian, that's for sure. Okay. That's about as good as I could have possibly done out of that. Well, right now I think it's equal parts course and play, but I'm working for some pars here. .342-yard drivable, potentially par 4. Boy, but yeah, this hole's definitely making you think. All right, so 332. So if I fasted something, I might be able to make it, but this false front might knock me down. Because ideally, I mean, to get at this hole, you'd want to get right about here and let it funnel. I don't think I have the wind for that. If I knocked it right in front of this tee, though, I think that's the best angle to come in at this pin. I really do. So I think if I take a 4-iron, I just want to be right in front of the 6 tee box, I think. Or that'd be 7, excuse me. I think I want to be right in front of the 7th tee box. There's the fast I wanted on the other hole. But I mean, bring up the overhead. Let me bring up the overhead here. Excuse me. I just look at all the angles. I mean, you have to play this hole. I mean, you could play it where I did. You could play it up the right. You could lay up short. You could go for the green. You could try to drive it in that little neck right of the green. I mean, options galore off this tee. And it's on the golfer to pick the right one to best give himself a chance at birdie. I think that might have been the right one. That was a really nice hole, Brian. I mean, I imagine in certain conditions that that's more drivable than others. I didn't really feel like going for it was the best play out that in that setup. Yeah, I mean, it felt like, I mean, I could have fasted and got it up to that front left portion, but I think that false front was just going to throw me back. So, I mean, I think in that instance, and that's what I like about, you know, a good drivable par 4. I mean, all things being equal, there shouldn't be a wrong answer going for it or laying up if you execute the shot properly. I mean, you really balance the risk and reward and make it so the hole is not overly skewed to one decision over the other. And that one definitely wasn't. I mean, there were definite advantages and disadvantages to each play that probably equaled themselves out. And I think that was probably the safer way to go about playing that hole. And it worked out with a birdie. That did feel a little straightforward to me. Obviously, you've got a narrow landing area, but especially without a crosswind, I mean, the top guys will play for that little alley all day. All right, so this is probably playing closer to a $130. Slightly running away from me. So ideally, I want to land it right about here and have that run out. That's what I'm looking at. Fast. What's up, Scob? That'll work out okay, though. That'll funnel down. Alrighty. Gotten it to 3 under at the turning. Yeah, these AI, I don't know. Wow. I feel like I've played about as well as I could have played on the front 9. And yet I'm 5 shots back. I mean, I had a couple of real nice par saves. Really converted the only nice birdie chances I've had so far. I mean, I feel like 3 under is the best I could be at the turn. Alright, thanks for the heads up, Scott. I mean, we can... sure, if you shoot us a PM, me and Chris, we can yak more about it offline and figure out what we want to do. I will withhold posting my playthrough schedule, though, for Wednesday until that's sorted. Because depending on what we do with the diamond cutters will depend on what I do as far as when I stream my playthroughs Wednesday night. Tough par 4 to start here. This is a tough target to get at. Again, you could easily see where this green... Well, I could almost see where you could put 5 or 6 pins on this hole. I could see 3 down on this level, obviously the one here. I could see one up here. I could see one up here, so... Gosh, and again, I mean... for newer designers, when you hear us guys, you know, drill sightline, 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 this is exactly what we're talking about. I mean, just the sculpting. I mean, just the gradual little slope, how that fairway bunker comes in and cuts to the tree, and the tree frames the green, and then the bunkers on the left help frame the green. I mean, just everything is so harmonious. Yeah, fade does not look like a good ball flight in here at all. I don't have a lot of room to work with, but I think I can get a 7-iron just up over that slope. And if I can do that, I should be alright. Yes. There was not much margin for error on that shot, but getting it right has definitely paid some dividends. And just a little thing like the tufts of grass there behind that bunker, I mean, that's a nice touch. Alright, so we're back out toward the coast here. Long par 5, but potentially reachable. Okay, so this is a little subtle thing, but it's actually a nice touch, I think. This little upslope here in front of this bunker. Now, typically, you know, conventionally, you'd like to bring the slope down here and open up this face. But if you look at the sight line, I don't know if you, even if you did that, you could see this little corner here. But by bringing that back, this front lip up, and exposing this little depression, all of a sudden you just see this little glimmer of a dark spot on the horizon that that tells you, hey, dummy, there's some trouble over there you might want to pay attention to. Now, granted, with driver, I'm going to clear it no problem. Massive false front here. So, in reality, I mean, the size of this green is half of what it appears. Because the front 40% of this green, pretty much unusable. I mean, he might tack, hold on. Let me get back up there. He might be able to tuck one right in behind this bunker, like right up here. But otherwise, I mean, you're looking at, you know, back half of the green are the only real pittable locations. Two middle, two back, yep. And now the question is, if I hit driver here, will it hold? Going for it takes tailwind and two fast fasts. I don't know if that's necessarily the case, but well, let's see how this works out. I'm going to play that this is going to hold the fairway here. Not when you fast it. That's got to sit. Yeah, I think if I hit it perfect and not fast there, I think that might have held. Good news is I should have a pretty decent lie out of here. So yeah, we're just playing position golf now. Definitely took going for two out of the equation, but give me plenty of room to recover, so I can appreciate that. Not a terrible angle in either. Again, guys in the chat, love to hear your thoughts and comments as we play through. Feel free to chime in. You've got the designer in-house, too, here, Brian Petty, with us. If you have any questions of him as we're playing through, feel free to type them in the chat and see if we can get those answered. Not the easiest putt for something inside of 10 feet. Yeah, I never started high enough. Oh, and it even did curl back at the end like I thought. Ah. That one I got too conservative on. So Pithy asking Brian what his favorite hole is at Cypress Point. Undoubtedly, I mean, Cypress Point, I'm sure it's Monterey Bay, Pebble Beach, really all those courses there along the Monterey Peninsula, bearing some inspiration in this one. Having done a Monterey Bay inspired course myself, I can definitely relate. Okay, I've got a question, Brian. How long did it take to do all this tree work? I mean, because obviously, I mean, like we said, you know, some of what you're doing here is dead trees with, you know, some of the little trees and step on top. But I mean, it's carried out. I mean, it's carried all too long. Fair enough. I mean, it's really carried out throughout the entire course. All right, so I sense a little road hole inspiration here on this hole, because your courageous shot is right up over these bunkers. Try landing this little neck to give you an open look in here. Otherwise, you're contending with this bunker, the runoff behind. This definitely, yep. Yeah, it's got signature of road hole all over it. I mean, you can play out here. It's pretty safe. For this pin, I can probably get away with it. But I have a feeling that somewhere in the 4 rounds, you're going to tuck a pin right there, right behind that bunker, right on that top shelf. And that finding the right position off the tee is going to be absolutely critical. Yeah, because as it is, I'll have a short iron in here at a pretty... I can kind of hold the... With the wind coming in from the left, I can kind of hold it against that bank. This'll work out rather well. Ah, fast. That's going to have to sit. Goodbye. Oh, okay. That could have been a lot worse. That could have been much, much worse. Are we running away? We are. Okay. Yeah, it is extremely difficult to do I know back in TGC1, Arctic Fury did it on a course where he made some surrounds out of fringe, and I tried to mimic that on one of my contest courses, and it can be done, but it's next to impossible to get a clean look out of it. That was one of the things I was dinged for on that course, was just how those surrounds didn't look that clean. Because basically what you did is you took the fuzzy, little fuzzy, trying to find almost like that bone brush, that fuzzy bone brush, and you shrunk it down as small as you could and just dropped little plunks of green on there. And you had to have the fringe set at max width. And you do it so it was just far enough apart where you'd get no green to show up and it'd just be all fringe. But again, it's so tough to get that look right. And even then, what I found is even if it didn't show, if you didn't even have fringe or green show up where you were doing your surround, sometimes it would put grid there anyway. Oh yes, this is Eden. And again, just framed immaculately. Playing is the toughest hole on the course. Yeah, for sure. I mean, this isn't a skyline green. You got a little almost a little amphitheater behind. Yeah, ooh, he's right. This is a teeny tiny target. And I've gone right into the hill. Oof. We're in trouble, boys and girls. We are in big trouble. Well, I don't much fancy where I'm at either here. That shot scared me, I'm not gonna lie. I have kept a clean card through 13 holes, but it hasn't been for a lack of trying on my part. I have definitely shot myself in the foot on a number of occasions and have been able to escape each time. What's up, Vlad? Now here's your skyline green. And another almost drivable par 4. This is another one, though, where I think the angle makes it a better option to lay back, because if you're coming in straight in from the left side of the fairway, I mean, if you're coming in from this angle to this pin, I mean, this is probably your best angle, whereas if you're trying to, I mean, obviously you could drive something close enough to get a flop in there, but no, I think laying back right about there, that might be my best play. I tell you what, though, I mean, this is another short par 4 that's really making me put my thinking cap on. All right, 3 and 6 is 9. So buck 4. Running away from me. All right. This is another one of those. You can tell by the length of the stream that it's taken me a while between shots. And that's good. It's making me think. Ooh, I almost didn't play enough on that one. Five under with 4 holes to play. Coming back up this way, and actually I want to flip my camera around though. Okay, I see what happened there. That's that par 5 we just played, what, 11? Okay, because it almost looked like 14. I mean, you see 11 in the background, it looks like it goes on, and that's where you're playing next. But no, we already played over there. Another one where you really got to think about where you're putting your tee shot. This pin, it feels like coming in from the left isn't the best choice. Can somehow take on that bunker and clear it. That's probably the best angle. That's especially with this wind quartering toward this bunker right here. This is an awkward little tee shot, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Oh, I'm gonna get away with it though. See, I was afraid of. I play it out that way, and I end up running into that bunker, but got away with it. And I actually have a pretty decent second in here. Can see more guys popping in the chat. Mayday here. We're playing Cypress Dunes from Brian Petty, part of the TGC Tours Major Championship Design Challenge. This is our 9th playthrough. We'll be playing The Patriot by Justin Smedley coming up next. Feel free to chime into the chat. Again, we've got Brian in chat with us. So if you got any questions of me, any questions of him, any comments, feel free to drop a line in the chat and tell us what you're thinking. Perfect weight. That putt is going to be the devil. Okay, maybe it's not as bad as I thought. From that angle I was looking at, I thought it was just going to race. I still got to be careful here, because if I stuff this up, I might go off the green. But I thought that was going to be quicker than that was. I mean, it was quick, don't get me wrong, but Oh, this is like a great mix of inland and coastal feature here. This is, once again, well done on the aesthetics. Looks like two distinct tiers here. I think a pin down in this little bowl here would be really, really fun. My hunch is we'd see that at some point during the championship. Awkward little shot. I don't have the club for this. I'm actually kind of happy he didn't make that this area steeper and really penalize that shot. Because I mean, there was a. I think I pushed that a little bit, Brian. Ooh, we've got a pin right on the razor's edge here. Running away to boot. It's a tough little shot here. Yeah, that's all we want to do, get an uphill look at this. Alrighty, we're still clean. Oh, absolutely, Vlad. I mean, and you know what? And I've said this other places too. I mean, really, I mean, a good chunk of what these contests have evolved into. I mean, obviously, it's got to play night. I mean, the playability's got to be there. All of that. It's got to look good. It's got to be presented well. All of that stuff. But I mean, it seems like the guys that go really, really deep are able to take this designer and do things with them that really make you go, huh, now how do you do that? And, really courses that kind of jump out and stick with you. And this course is definitely doing that. Yep, I saw that this green was down in this pin's down in this little bowl. And again, it seems like if you had the pin like right here, then laying back in this area is not. I mean, you're going to have a blind shot, mind you, but it's not a bad angle. It seems like anything up this right side, and I'd even say this pin, even though it's in a little bowl. I mean, it feels like coming in from as far left as you can is the best way to go about it. It might be too far left. But it's short enough where this isn't the worst miss in the world. Because if I could just get it to right about here and let it run on the way down, this we can recover from pretty easily. Oh, let me think. 80%, take 27 off of that. So it'd be 109 into the wind. Okay. Ah, another fast. Not the worst place to miss, but the tempo monster's coming back at me again. Should be an uphill chip, though, here. Hey-oh! Now that's how you draw it up. Only the second course we have done that has not ended in a par 5, and it is a long, challenging par 4. And I suppose there's kind of symmetry to that, because we opened this course with a very daunting long par 4 that played in excess of 500 yards. So it seems kind of appropriate that we end with another one that's really long and really daunting. The only problem, at least for me, is that at one stroke behind right now in this here tournament, on this hole, yeah. Yeah, I think... I mean, I think you would almost have to down sculpted this area a little bit. Maybe thinned out the trees a little bit here to really get this bunkering the pop a little bit, but I mean, on the other hand, you could look at it, it's kind of dark and mysterious and almost a little ominous as you stand on the 18th tee. Which, imagine that. I mean, playing this is the 72nd hole of a major, and staring at this as you contemplate trying to bring her home. Hey, Jives. Again, just a wee too much club here, but I would much rather be long than short. Short is death, it appears. That one was me overcompensating a little bit because I knew I could not be short. I absolutely could not miss short there. And I overcompensated. But this should be coming back uphill, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, it is definitely a nice course. Alright, so we're not going to win. But this putt is to keep a clean card, which I feel around this course is, would be one hell of an accomplishment. No! Oh. That one stings a little bit. Oh, that stings. Almost kept it clean. Stuffed it up at the last. But yeah, that's Cypress Dunes from Brian Petty. Part of the Major Championship Design Challenge. Like I said, it's already gotten a lot of buzz on the forums, and I certainly expect it to. Again, I say this without being a part of the judging panel or anything like that, but I certainly expect it to be one that the judges will be talking about throughout the remainder of this contest. So, tell you what, guys, I'm going to keep the chat open, but I am going to, pardon me, I'm going to end up finalizing this stream. We got to get turned around quickly here. As I said, we're going to start the next playthrough at 4 Eastern, which is only like 2.5 minutes from now. So, everybody getting 5-star out here. But yeah, we'll get quickly set up for the Patriot, and I will be back in just a couple of minutes once we finalize this stream. The Patriot by Justin Smedley coming your way next. Stay tuned, everybody. I will be right back in a matter of moments.